Hey everybody, Chinny here, and there is another GTA video, which means I have to break it down again. It is my job to do so. So let's just get stuck right into it. GTA Online, let's have a look. I'm just going to slow down the video a little bit so we can just grasp what went on there, because that went very fast. I don't know about you, but I need to know a little bit more. These kind of shots that we get straight away kind of introduce us to... maybe it's a free roam. When I first looked at it, I thought it was a free roam. But as I kind of looked at it more and more, maybe it's a bit of a mission that we could do later on. I'm just going to go back a little bit here. And as you can see, it just starts off with a jet. We know we can fly jets. Big whoop. But we get this bike here. And then we also get some coppers chasing that bike. A helicopter. And then the helicopter blows up the roadblock that we've got here, and then I've really tried to look to see if these are the AI or if it's got some intelligence. Maybe is it somebody online? And I don't think people online would stand next to a roadblock so patiently. And I know these kind of setups are staged by Rockstar themselves, but I think this is the AI. I think these are guys just messing around in the free roam. But there are some missions in the game, so it should be quite exciting. Right, so yeah, I mean, as we go further on into the trailer, I mean, that just kind of sets up the whole online thing, and this is the big reveal that GTA Online will be a separate thing to the game. It will be released 2 weeks later, the actual main game, so it'll be released on the 1st of October, as if we didn't have enough to wait for. Now we have to wait for this. This is so frustrating, but hey, what can you do? We're not going to moan because we love Rockstar. We see a load of just boats going around, enjoying themselves. It looks like paradise. 2 weeks, come on. I'm not really sure what this thing is that they show in this clip. If you look at the bottom there, it looks like maybe an underwater submarine or something. It looks like it's moving, it's driving. So I'm guessing it's some sort of like underwater raft thing that you can drive. Ridiculous stuff. We got like trains going on here as well. All sorts of different things. How much of that is being occupied? Now, this is getting interesting now because it's the first time we saw that in the online space that we have missions, that we have characters introducing you to elements of it. And I don't know how fleshed out these are going to be, but it certainly is a new thing. So it is like an MMO, but the cutscenes unfold pretty much the same as the single player cutscenes. And as you can see, this guy is a kind of nerdy looking guy. He's got like 3 monitors on the go, one in portrait with code on there. The man is watching you. So this guy's obviously one of the conspiracy theory nut job kind of guys, and he's a geek. He's kind of, maybe he's giving you some missions to do in the multiplayer. Again, how fleshed out these missions are, I don't know. I think it's just kind of like a cause to just blow stuff up. This is an interesting shot because we get to see the Euphoria engine back. There it is, all in its glory. This was featured heavy in... You can see his shadow there as well. This was featured heavy in GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption. The Euphoria engine is this bit here where we see the kind of character try and defend itself as it falls. A bit of intelligence instead of ragdoll physics. But we never really saw any examples of it in the other trailers. Minor detail, and then this is where she starts to talk about different missions you can do in the multiplayer. Sorry, I lost my words. In the multiplayer, and this includes arm wrestling, which was, with GTA 4 online, you couldn't really do a lot, once you got into the multiplayer. I mean, there was some death matches and stuff, and there's free roam, but there wasn't like kind of leisure activities. People where they just enjoy, different activities like golf and, as you see here, arm wrestling. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty exciting. Well, the arm wrestling itself might not be exciting, might not be used very much, but golf certainly, tennis definitely. Yeah, so that's interesting. And then she talks about kind of unscripted unscripted kind of antics. And I don't think this is a mission. I think this is just a load of people online decided to get a load of bikes and go off a cliff and get a load of parachutes and jump for it. So it looks like crazy fun. So here we get to see some more tennis, planes, and a cutscene. She talks about how you fly into Los Santos. So this might be the opening cutscene, and you're getting introduced, and you can tell that the character that you are is this guy, because that is a terrible haircut on a person. So that means it would have to be generated, it has to be customized, sort of like. Just like in Saints Row where you customize, because look at that hair, it just doesn't go with that character. But yeah, it looks like he's going to introduce you to the world, and you have to earn respect. It is sounding like a lot more like GTA by the minute, but yeah, you have to earn respect by doing missions and all sorts of different activities. And it does say that everything you do gets you respect and earns you something. So everything, and I take that as races, even maybe just like dicking about in the free roam. Everything has some kind of result or prize or reward. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you can do pretty much what we expect in GTA. Messing around. But this looks like a more kind of structured mission where you kind of get a white van and you raid this bank. So you raid this, and you just rob it and obviously get money. And this is kind of like a smaller scale one, like a jewelry store or a liquor store, as this one is. And this is, she says, classic deathmatch modes or classic modes or online modes. And this just looks like your standard deathmatch. There you go, a bit of golf. With your friends. I've wanted this in GTA for so long now, and I'm so happy that it's in there. A bit of golf. And this, I looked at this mission, I was kind of hoping that this was a offense defense mission where it was two teams online, one had to defend the plane and one had to try and steal the plane. I mean, that could be the case, but the more and more I look at it, I think it's just a kind of co-op mission where you have to steal the Titan, as it is down there. You can see there, steal the Titan, and you have a set amount of lives. It could be a death match, but I really don't think it is. You have a set amount of lives, and when they've run out, and you have to steal the Titan, which they do there, and off they go. So I think that's pretty exciting. And then we go into the customization. We can have haircuts, as you can see. The lady there is giving you a haircut, not doing a lot of work, but the motifs there. So you have all sorts of ridiculous haircuts, kind of like a San Andreas look. Then obviously you can have your clothes, blah 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 blah. And yes, we also see that we're on the PS3 here. We got PS3 controls. So this is running on a console, which is really exciting. That they're not using kind of like a dev kit on the PC and just like jacking up the graphics, which is cool. Weapon of choice, and we see some customer. You can pick your cars, and male and female characters. This is where we see the apartment again. We first saw this at the end of the gameplay trailer, but now we're seeing other people you can buy an apartment and other people can access your apartment. Now, I think the host of I don't know how it's going to work. Like, does everybody have their own apartment and then you can visit each other's? Is there going to be like a kind of dedicated server, or is there going to be a case where I host the game and everybody can come and see my version of my apartment? It doesn't really explain how it's going to work. I mean, we know it's 16 players. We know it's limited to 16 players, so it's turning into a slight MMO at the moment. GTA, it's a separate thing, and everybody who buys the main game will have access to it. It's going to be free instead of a subscription or something like that. So maybe they'll jack up the amount of players you can have, but they don't really go into, is this woman's world where other people are just weirdly into a flat? I mean, we count the people. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in shot at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe they host it and they come in, and they've obviously set this shot up So everybody's doing something. But yeah, it's still pretty exciting. I think it's definitely something that we want from GTA. And look at this garage. Look at the garage. And look at that massive truck that you see very briefly. Just really cool. And I hope it's all set up like this. I hope this person has just parked these cars like that. Yeah, online races, which is awesome. I'm really interested shot here. I mean, it's nothing. I think they just picked this shot because it has this plane crash in there. If you look at these two planes, there's one plane there. They crash in midair, which is really cool. And this is obviously more of a structured airplane race because we have this checkpoint here, and then we have some jet skiing, obviously. All good. Some classic cars as well, because you can never get enough. And she talks about everything you do. I mentioned it earlier. Everything you do progresses you through the world. So you get new characters. This obviously a little bit further down. We get to introduce to this character, and he introduces us to new missions. And then this we can tell is a mission, which I think will be kind of like a co-op mission. And you parachute in. You obviously take over this kind of look cool house. And what you see here, I'm not sure, but like. You see a car here as well, so maybe your co-op characters have come into a car, and these two of three have parachuted. So but it could be police as well. I don't know, but it looks like there's different ways to approach every mission. She talks about rewards as well. So every mission you do, you kind of get some rewards. So maybe this is a carpet bomb or an airstrike that you could call in. Or maybe your friends can do the airstrike, which would be awesome. We've seen this area before in the gameplay trailer, but if you can call in an airstrike, which was kind of what that looks like and what she was talking about, then that will be absolutely amazing. This is where they talk about buying an airplane, so you can pretty much buy your own plane. And what I really like about this is the description. The model, I'll read it out just so you can see it. Yeah, you can fly the Shamal coast to coast for just 50 grand without even a second thought to the ozone layer. The model picture belonged to the My Room executive team during the glory days before everyone decided that their social media to be functional and user friendly. So it's obviously some kind of My Room executive sellout or something who's trying to make some money back. They're just little touches that make Rockstar just the developer that they are. Yes, so let's move on. So there they are flying the plane. But the big thing in the trailer is the designing your own races and death matches. Now with this one here, we see that the player is setting up a death match, and you just take note of this kind of like cinder block and these sandbags, because on this overhead view everything's kind of fairly well lit. And then put a 4x4 there. There's the 4x4. So that one that they plant there is obviously been picked up and driven. That is the cinder block that we saw over there. Where is it? There. And if you note that they also put an explosive weapon. And no, they didn't actually. But that's the cinder block, is what I'm saying. That's not the concrete block. That's the sandbags. And when we go to this clip, we see that truck that they planted. We see the sandbags, and we see the block and a rocket launcher, and they blow up the helicopter. I don't know if we see the helicopter in the setup of this. No, we don't. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they get that in there. I don't know how robust that's going to be. Maybe they can expand on that. But at the moment, she only mentioned that you can make your own races and death matches, which I think, now that it's in there, they've got the structure to do more with it. And as you can see at the bottom here, vehicles, you can only have 25 vehicles. There's some kind of limitation. But even though 25 in a small deathmatch arena will be fantastic. And this view as well. Check out that view at the top. Really cool. So, it's just shaping up to be a fantastic multiplayer. I just watch it and get stunned, and wow. And you can share these gameplay modes, so if you can make your own or play others, you really start to see that's kind of like how Halo evolved. When they started doing that, you get Griff Ball and a zombie mode. So people are going to come up with some crazy modes, and this looks like a mission as well, where someone's robbed this or something and blown it up. And then that helicopter is escorting all the way. This bike here is being escorted by the helicopters, and that's where they keep on talking about dynamic and persistent online multiplayer game, and a dynamic, consistent gameplay and persistent gameplay, and that's where this comes in. You really see what they mean is this transfer of transport. So that person who blew that van up, the van got stopped by the helicopter. The guy on the ground blew it up and stole a bike, and the helicopters escort the bike, and off they go. And there you go. That's the closer look of Grand Theft Auto Online. If there's anything that I've missed or anything that you think is worth talking about, please make sure you comment below and be nice about my accent. I know I have a terrible accent, but there's not a lot I can do about it, to be honest. But yeah, your thoughts, your feedback on Grand Theft Auto Online. I am so excited. Are you pissed off that it's going to take 2 weeks to come? Do you not mind because you're just going to be busy playing the single player? And are you scared that it's going to be an MMO? Do you think that Rockstar are going to give us restrictions? I want to know your thoughts, so make sure you comment below. Thanks for watching. We really do appreciate people watching and getting engaged. And check us out at veterangamers.co.uk for more antics. We're not just about GTA, even though I do mainly post videos about GTA. We are kind of about all games, really, on the PC, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox. So yeah, thanks for watching.